Hello, hello, welcome to our book stream. A very unusual one because it's Tuesday and we usually do it on Thursday. I cannot do it on the Thursday because Easter is coming close and I will be coming back to Poland. So, this is in practice the last stream before Easter. So, welcome. Everybody put your hands up in the air. Yeah. Exactly. Let me find the book. I'm trying to. Oh, here it is. Hello, everyone. That's interesting notes we have. All right. Those comments are good. They tell me when I finished last time, too. How are you guys? Do you guys remember what we did last time? It says Sylvie, but I almost read it as Sio for some reason. We did. I also don't remember. It was 2 weeks ago. I remember it was something about golds. Yes. The gold being the pillar of the castle. Attack the defender first. Before you hit the general, hit the horse. We had TDG, which means target the gold, which does two things to us. We break the castle and we're getting a gold in hand. Gold is useful in mating patterns. Simple moves are good in Yose. So like this one. Simplify the position. So like simplifying the position means usually taking the pieces. Thunderfall. Yeah, so this is like the example of more aggressive TCG where you sacrifice the dragon. Deleted the guard, infiltrated the castle, and we have the enemy king under attack. So those were those 3 points that we wanted, yeah? Delete the god, de facto delete the defender, infiltrate the castle, which means the castle is partially broken, and the king is under attack, yeah? And it works for Yagora as well. We want to keep the dragon close. Target the gold, doesn't matter which castle position, it is efficient, it worked even without the castle. Getting gold to the finish, for the finish, destroying the pillar of the defense, yeah? Then we saw some computer game where there was like this very crazy bishop sacrifice because we wanted to go for the end game. And there was this crazy knight. All right. Clear aim, yeah. So yeah, endgame is all about clarity, guys. If you're winning, you want to go for clean, clear win, yeah? Interrupt the gods because it is the pillar of the castle. Exactly. Exactly, Steve. So today, we're gonna slowly begin another chapter. And it is more difficult one, more difficult to understand. But it says basically target the weak. Why I didn't... Kara getting suddenly angry. I have a whole thing that I'm not using for this. Whole thing should be using instead of my mouse, and I'm not doing it for 4 weeks already. We're setting up, it says. Okay. Is it working? Not working. We're gonna sit here and figure it out, chat. Sit here and figure it out. How do I set it up? Set up and ready to go. That's what you say, but nothing is appearing on the screen. Yes, we're doing it now. Maybe it's a bad idea. It doesn't work. My mouse doesn't move. Yeah, this is my mouse. Now I'm trying to move it. It doesn't work. Hello, Yellow. You came in the best moment. To enjoy raging tech Caro. Caro that doesn't understand technology and rages in order to make it work. That's Caro. I don't want to interrupt the book stream, but I really want to share my amazing pro Kifu that was played yesterday. If anything, I might relate to today's theme of weak points in endgame. Click. Drivers. No idea what is my model. Thank you for whatever that ding was for. Okay, that looks correctly. Download the Windows driver. Mifa, hi Mifa. Didn't you want to stream on your secret YouTube? No, not to sound, it sounds really sarcastic, but I was really hoping you do stream on your YouTube. Just that we don't know where it is. Accept this very suspiciously looking license. Please be patient. This may take a few minutes. Okay, we're gonna put you here. Yeah. Success. The pen tablet was successfully copied. You must restart your system to complete the restoration. Later. It works anyway. Cool. They're lying to you. You don't have to restart stuff. Set accessibility setup that the system has detected your first use of assistive technology with Adobe Acrobat Reader and will now let you set accessibility related preferences. This setup assistant can be also run by selecting the setup assistant from the menu. In the next panel, you will be guided, there's a lot of text, you will be guided through options that affect how Adobe Acrobat Reader displays documents and interacts with assistive technology. The preferences shown in the panels are initialized to values recommended for users of assistive technology. There's a lot of assistive technology in it. Each panel will allow you to go back to a prior panel or cancel. Your settings will not be recorded until you select done. First, we would like to know what assistive technology are you using. This will let us tailor the following options. Use recommended setting, get skip. Yes. Oh, an assistive technology screen reader. Recommended. Okay. Oh god. This is weird. What? Sticky note. Why do you do that? If the line is too short, it doesn't recognize it as a line for some stupid reason. Okay, that looks too much like SS. Let's change that. Okay. Targeting weakness. Not sure if this is easier with this tablet, but certainly it's easier to read. Yeah, I found this channel and subscribed. I'm with a stalker, you know, because he put many infos on social media in many of his 81 dojo accounts, basically 8 of top 10 accounts in Thailand rating his account. Yeah, I just installed it. The problem is it tells me to restart the computer, and I'm like, no. So here we are doing this. Trying new stuff, okay? Just trying new stuff. So, targeting the weakness. We can check the Kifu later. It's not like I ignored you. It's just that we're reading the book now. Just in case I didn't say that out loud. I think I was thinking that. So we have Silver Pawn. And we have King Knight. As we said so far, it's a great theory to know to target the gold. But it's Ikanaru by demo. Okay, this Japanese is, I don't know this Japanese, so we're gonna figure it out. When at time is the target the gold might be the most not the most suitable way to continue attacking, yeah. So for example, in the first chapter, the reasoning for the first chapter, in those examples that we did, the gold was like the strongest defensive pieces. And that's why we targeted it. Okay, I arrived at funny problem. I'm trying to look at my right screen because I have two screens and my tablet doesn't reach there. It ends on this on this edge of the screen and I cannot reach there. It's so stupid. I have to use the mouse. Okay. So it's the strongest piece, so it's the biggest burden to us. But in order for us to like defeat the gold, we need to use a lot of resources. And it's quite difficult task as an attacking side to do so. The second reason, second reason for not targeting the gold, yeah, is depending on the situation, it might be hard to target the gold, like difficult to access it. In that case, to target the gold, if you stick to that option, then you will need to pay a lot of moves. Great amount of moves or cost. Which will be messy. Okay, so it will be very difficult task that takes a lot of resources and maybe not worth it really. So we will introduce now different ways of attacking the castle, different from targeting the gold, and we will call it target the weakness. All right. So far we had target. I'm not gonna have a good time if those dots will. I don't know why it does that. If I do that, if I hold it for long, it opens the, like I would click right button of the mouse. But I'm clicking left. And it doesn't recognize this as a far enough. Okay, I know how to solve it. Now I have more space to write. Target. No, it still does it. It doesn't recognize this as a movement. It thinks it's a dot. It's horrible. We will figure it out, guys. We will figure it out. I will struggle. Target the gold. Or so we will have a different option, yeah? So we have this diagram where we have rook, silver, gold. So it's like a Nakazuma, yeah, the central house. We have the knight coming here, we have the rook coming there. And according to our theory, we should target one of those pillars, right? But in this case, it's quite difficult. We have a creeper shape, and we have a silver. And there's no way we're gonna use the silver to attack this gold, right? So what should we do? This Japanese is terrifying. This looks like Chinese to me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Something is necessary, it says. Digestion, comprehension, chewing. Pulling elephant degree. Abstract. Pulling elephant is abstract, guys. Pulling elephant, some certain degree of abstract is necessary to comprehend it. Okay, so there's a very complicated way of saying you need to know where is the weakness, basically. So you need experience, yeah? Experience needed. I might give up on the tablet. The weakness of the castle. There are 3 different categories. One of which is King's Head. Okay. So we're gonna write that later. So let's look at that. Okay, so weakness 1. It's gonna be King's. Okay, I'm so frustrated. King's Head. Okay. So Nakazumai. So what is a weakness? It says weakness is where there is not a lot of defensive pieces. So basically the place where gold and silver are not defending. So the target spot for us here will be King's Head. It will be a smart way to attack. So is there another way for me to write the letter E so that it... I just have to hold the left button. Okay. Weakness. No, it equals no silver, no gold spot. All right. You have everything. So we understand it, yeah? Gold is so instead of targeting this gold and those two, basically we target the space that has no golds in them, yeah? So if we were to target the 6-1 gold instead, it would be ideal, but currently we have no way of doing it. So we will play pawn 5-4. This will be the critical spot. If they just take, we are adding new feature to Windows. I'm terrified. If stream breaks completely suddenly, it is because of Windows. If they were to take, we drop the silver, king runs, and then we go unpromoted here, which will be painful. And as you can see, attacking the king's head is really efficient. If the silver takes, then pawn drop 5-5, king runs, we take the gold. It's a checkmate. Okay, okay, so we had to do that because we didn't have a pawn. If we had a pawn, we could have just, but we don't have the pawn. Okay. So this is our technique. Yeah, guys, so far so good. Quite simple technique. Should be fine, right? So naturally, speaking of king's head, it means we will attack him from above, yeah? So what's important is that even though we do not attack the castle, we still can attack the king's head. So previously we said attack the core, infiltrate, right? But that's not what we're doing. We are attacking the king's head, yeah? Instead of breaking the castle, we expose its weakness. So in diagram 3, we just drop the knight to 7-5. Next, we're gonna target promotion, silver takes. And as the silver takes, we do not retake it immediately. We're gonna take this gold, yeah? Wonder if my buttons can do anything. I really could have do it that I can click with my thing and scroll. It would be easier, but I can do it later. If they were to defend, so we drop the knight and they're gonna move the gold. If they were to defend, we can put our horse here instead, going for white attack. White in a way, we don't concentrate there, but we look at the whole board. And here we triple target this square. So again, this is the weakness, yeah? Weakness means he cannot defend it, and we're over attacking that square, yeah? So it's 3 versus 2, yeah? We win. So in this example, we do 3 things. I'm gonna use the arrows. We number 1. Kino Hagas. Delete the gods. Number 2. Infiltrate the castle. Infiltrate castle. And 3. Attack the king. We continuously attack it, yeah? Or like directly. Yeah, directly. Yep. This position reminds me of the game I lost against Telmarch in my TTK first season. You were playing for Ibisha? I think you were, right? Anyway, and thanks to those 3 factors, you know, it is promised to us that it's gonna break the castle, and so it does. That's a weird translation, but let's go with that. And thanks to that, we can go to the conclusion phase. Yep. So it's the same idea, yeah? We achieve the same objective, but instead of targeting the god, targeting the king's head allows us to achieve the same objective, yeah? Diagram 5, we will have this kind of boat castle, let's say. Like a triad castle, whatever it's called. Okay, there's 4 pieces in defense. It looks solid, but we have dragon silver lance, yeah? It looks like it's quite difficult to break it using those pieces. But here we can drop the lance on 3/6. Yeah. Even if Gote knows what you're going to do, they have no way of defending this square. Because if they say like, oh, I'm gonna defend using the lance, you have the silver drop. So the attack will always continue for us. It's a very good move. Yeah. Even if we were to attack this shape with the silver, so yeah, we target the gold will just escape in this situation. The other idea would be to drop the lance to 2/6, but they gonna defend with the silver. So we have to go and attack the king's head, yeah? More directly. Which silver drop? 6/1? Or the 4/1? Yeah, so of course, because we're attacking the king's head, meaning we're attacking the king directly. Yeah, you can use cheap or more expensive pieces. It's okay. To add to that, I would like you to be careful about that we can get a fighting result, I guess it means, from 3 pieces even, in this case, yeah? So even though we said last time that if they have, let's say 5v3, in this case, basically, it's useless, yeah? Defenders. we just render them useless because we are attacking the weak point. That's the definition of the weak point that we need to learn. This takes a lot of practice to get. But once we realize that something like this exists, it will be easier to notice. So once we punch into the weakness of the castle, even with low resources, we can make damage to the core, yeah? Yeah, so this type of attack has a lot of efficiency, yeah? So it's efficient. Remember you said something about aiming for weakness of the castle instead of attacking from its strength when you reviewed Maikifu versus Shogi Lifestyle. Yeah. I always repeat it. It's the same idea. Exactly same idea. But spoken in more simple examples, perhaps. Yeah, because even if you play handicap shogi, yeah, we have Mifa who plays handicap shogi often. Let's say he doesn't have two big pieces. Look how efficient it would be for us to have this additional big piece to just win with numbers here. He doesn't have a piece to defend against it, yeah, from the beginning. So this, just by theory, because you have one more piece, this is undefendable to him because he has one less piece, yeah? Here, they have a lot of pieces, but they cannot reach this square. It is out of their reach to defend here. Of course, notice that they have no pawn in hand. This is why it's so painful. They say, even if they jump with the knight, we go here. If they defend with the silver, we push this pawn, they take, we promote. So now we have promoted lands, the gold has to take. And then we can continue attacking because we got the knights, yeah. So basically, silver is here, the silver migrated here, this gold is destroyed, like this shape is destroyed, and we have a knight follow up. And you see how this knight and this rook, how they surround the king in a sandwich shape. It's called sandwich in Japanese. In the sandwich shape. Yeah, even if gold escapes, we drop the silver, gold takes, and then the dragon comes in. This is sandwich, yeah? So this is a really, really good attack that exposes the... I know that they say it's the attack of the king. Like they say this is the weakness because it's in front of the king. But also we're exposing this weakness, which is the silver that has no defender. So we're exposing two weaknesses here, kind of. All right. So far, so good, chat. Now we have computer example, our favorite. I wonder if it's because the Kifo is copyrighted or something. Or maybe because computer positions are quite crazy to look at and it's easier to explain certain ideas. That could also be a thing. And maybe it's easier to... yeah, I don't know why, but it's quite interesting. As we said, if you attack the king's head, you're able to directly affect the enemy king. So, what does it mean? There's something about endgame speed. That's some weird Japanese here again. Washiwake. Objection, shortcomings, no objection to it. Okay. So basically it's quick and nobody can object it because we're attacking the king directly, yeah? So basically it says direct attack on... I'm not holding the button again. On the king equals the fastest way, yeah, the fastest attack. If you are able to do that, usually it's a very positive way to target the enemy, yeah? Usually it's just not this easy. So far so good, thanks Theo. On diagram 7, the goddess side has gold Yagura, so normal Yagura. It's closed in, the Yagura. It looks like we're about to start attack, but 2-4 lance is a move that attacks the critical point. So let's see. We have a weird looking horse here, and that's kind of not doing much. We have this horse that's attacking the castle directly, so that's gonna be more interesting to us. We have rook and a gold, and we have a lance, all right? The enemy doesn't have anything in hand, therefore this king is still safe. Still barely safe. And in that unsafe situation, we drop this lance. It's quite crazy, yeah? They mentioned that for Yagura destroying, 2-4 knight is more famous line. And the knight attacking here. But we can exchange that piece to a lance in this case. That's because if they take, we create space under anyway, right? So that's what we want to do. It doesn't matter which piece, we want them to take that piece and create a hole underneath it. If they take it, we're gonna take it with the pawn, and silver gonna retake. So basically those 3 pieces gonna disappear, and the silver is going to move here, yeah? So we have a silver here. In that situation, we drop a pawn here. Gold takes. And you can see that we move their castle to here, right? We move their castle to here. In that situation, we can drop the rook to 3-1. And rook to 3-1 will target promotion, taking the gold checkmate threat. Side note, if after silver is here, we drop that pawn. If king takes, this gold is pinned, so we can probably expose it somehow as well with a rook drop or such. For example, rook 3-1. They cannot defend the gold because we just take it. No, wait, we take it, but they take it. Is it a mate? Yeah, we have 2 gold, so that would lead to a gold mate. So yeah, it works. Yeah. So this would continue our attack. And because of this amazing way of enabling our endgame, Senta is able to win with confidence. So yeah, again, target the king's head. It means to attack from above. And here, because it's an attack from above, usually what we would use is lance. And you can also kind of, like looking on those examples here, you can also see that lance was the piece that we used. So yeah. So attacking. I never realized that the word attacking has the word king in it. Get it? Because in Shogi you're king. My brain is in some weird state right now. Yeah, attack. Okay, I ate the C. My brain is some weird state right now. Home. Are trying to make me say the cat noise. It's a thing I heard among streamers to make the streamers say that cat noise. But yeah, for some reason this makes me laugh today. Okay. Anyway, what I was writing is the point that we have to remember, which is attack on king. I just clicked the delete button. Okay. King equals from above, so attack from above. Okay, heads. Okay, that's not what I wanted to phrase at all. On king's head equals from above, and we gonna do mathematics, and then so lens is a very useful question mark. That's the conclusion we have after this example. Yeah, attack from above is cool. The best piece to do it would be most likely lance. We saw an example with the knight. We saw an example with the horse being used as well. The pyramid. Oh no. So here is it. Okay, example number 2. What do we have here? We just dropped a silver and they moved away. We wanted to go with the theory of attacking the gold, but clearly we have no way to follow up the attack on the gold, yeah? So therefore, we need to change our approach. Yeah? So you guys think about it. I'm gonna write it down. Attack the gold. Could so change idea. I'm gonna write idea because approach is a longer word. You overslept? Oh no. There is not enough room in the chat for 2 pyramids, says Viradin. I can respect that. I can respect that. Alright. So, how do we change the approach? Everyone together. Attack the king's head. We should make some, because target the gold. How do we name it? Attack king's head. Ak is attack the king's head officially. Unless it means something bad that I am not aware of, but ak. And it's actually kind of funny because when you hit somebody on the head, they say ak or ak. Yeah, so it makes sense completely. Yes, totally logical. Shogi is logical. So we go ak. Pawn retakes. And here, apparently we have rook drop to h3. This is crazy. But the target of the rook drop is next to take this. Pawn will retake. And we got a gold, yeah? And there's a space here because this pawn was forced upward. We're gonna drop the gold here. Creating checkmate. Yeah. So ak. So no, it not only targets the checkmate, It also targets to take, pawn takes, and rook retakes, which would make our king not surrounded and would make it safe. So we treat and mate while trying to defend our king again. So yeah, defending offensive move. 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, so again, weakness means no gold, no silver defense. There. Yeah. So the gold is here, the gold is here. Clearly this is weakness. It doesn't look like a star, does it? All right. In this example, because we forced them to move to 3-1, 2-3 become a weakness. So we kind of created a weakness ourselves, yeah? So again, it's very useful to attack the king's head. This is the weakness. I would like you to remember that. Ak, yeah? Ak strategy. All right. How long is this chapter? Quite long. Action mission. I don't know if we managed to arrive at here today. Maybe we should speed up a little bit, but I'm having so much fun with those examples. We still have like less than 1 hour. All right, so we learned before that the castle have 3 weaknesses. So weakness number 1, castle weakness. I cannot do it. Weakness 1 was the attack king's head, and 2 is the Kobin. This is a Japanese word. I think it means combination. It doesn't even it doesn't appear in the Jisho. Do you think Hidechi predicted it? Ko. Kaki kukeko. Ko. Where is ba? How? Bo. Yeah, it's not here. Hey, Mark Shaw, thank you for 5 months in a row. Yes, finally, maybe because it's katakana, we didn't. Oh. Kobin is ear or temple, but this is not the katakana one. Oh wait, maybe that is the meaning. Kobin is ear temple, the squares diagonally front of the king or rook, implying that they are weak points. But instead of using the katakana, he's using the kanji, which is weird. I think it's this meaning. So if it's right, I'm gonna add it. All right. Click. So this is the Kobin. We're gonna find out the English name soon, guys. We're gonna find out it together. In diagram 11, Gote has the Elmo Castle. Yeah, we all know our favorite Elmo castle. By the way, this was Elmo. This is Elmo. This is the reason why you have this castle, that software computer that is losing in this game. So bad. And yet it made an amazing castle. Okay, it's not bad actually. It's that the other computer is like very strong. So this, yeah, so this would be a good way to destroy a castle. In diagram 11 Elmo, in the castle, you can see that silver and golds are connected together. They look really solid. It's a double clip shape. But its weakness is Cobbin. Yeah. So speaking of this position, if we were to attack it with bishop drop, they would just move to the side. Continuation impossible. How do we attack it better? Dun, 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 dun. How about pawn drop to 4-4, which they're gonna take, creating a space, and then we drop a bishop. How about this? It looks like a very severe attack, severe ending fight. Let's see. What if he runs? Yeah? Guys, what if he runs? Quick check. Quick check, guys. What if the king runs? The game Samok engine is Titanomachy, the worst between Titan and Olympians. Yes. Pound on the silver's head. Yes, thank you, finally. Yes, if he runs away, we just drop the pawn. Question number 2. Now I cannot delete this because I drew something. Yes. If he runs here, what do you do? It's an option, yeah? The gold is defending the knight. What would you do? If you drop the pawn, he will be able to escape here or here. It won't work again. Five, 4. Oh, okay, you're thinking. 5-2. 5-2 means king takes. We have only one pawn. Yeah. Okay, the answer is 6-2. Very close, very close. 6-2 make a talking. Side note, if they try to protect it with the king, you can come with the bishop. Or, I mean, clearly king is outside the castle, so. What? fact, yes, like if the king is here, means this gold is pinned, which means we can make a attack in here, yeah? So that's the theory we're going for. So what I read, that I didn't say out loud, is that Kobin is a direct attack on the king. And what's also important is we ignore the gold or like pull him. I don't know. We work around the gold so that he cannot do his job, yeah? Cannot do his job at all. Trying to draw a tear on the god. All right, satisfied with this art. Yeah, he cannot do his job. Yeah, this is very important. In Japanese, we say "aita o shinakute," so we're not concerned with it. Basically, it means we don't make an enemy out of the gold. Therefore, we kind of ignore its existence. We attack what's important, which is the king, yeah? So we don't care about this guy. We don't care. And kind of by ignoring them, we render them useless, yeah? So that's also a very important way to attack, which is very similar to what we said before. Here, weakness is the spot where the golds are not, and therefore it renders them useless, yeah? So it's kind of follow-up to that. Yeah, we attack the spot where they are not, rendering them useless. Better to make the slow approach move than to throw everything away to do something speedy that doesn't actually work. Yeah. Melkor, it's not about the speed. It's about breaking the castle. And what we're going for, we talked about this on the last book. There is speed and there is reliability. Sometimes you have enough time to have a slower, reliable attack. Instead of sacrificing many pieces, giving your opponent a chance to checkmate your king, you make a 1 move or 2 move slower attack, which gives them 0 chances for the counter. And therefore, it's more reliable. Therefore, it is better. Yeah? This is similar case. We don't know where your king is. We're just gonna assume. We just wanna find a reliable attack. And in this case, the most efficient way to do it, the most reliable attack, will be to go for a line called Kobin. I think that's also the name of the cafeteria in Kobin. Like they use the name for the Shogi Cafe in Tokyo. It's the same thing. It's exactly this ear thing. So just fun fact. All right. There are kids like shouting outside, make me feel like this is a warm, nice day, and I'm sitting here in front of the computer reading Shogi books. I couldn't be in a better place. I mean, outside is also nice, but I don't regret. It's just that it's a nice day. Kin Muso, yes, that's something that we talked about on Shogi Sunday, and we were trying to find out how to break it, right? Or no, it was Shogi Sunday, or was it the Pro Kifu? I think it was the Pro Kifu on Malaysian study. Yeah, that's what it was. So Seof is really excited because of it. All right, so Kobin. Thanks to the Kobin, it's easier to make checks. So, as a result, because it's easier to make checks, It might be easier to find the checkmating lines as well. And let's look at, yeah, it's a very strong point here that they're making. It creates a huge weakness that you can expose in endgame and win the game, yeah? In diagram 13, you have a full Kinmuso. Defended, the king is being defended. There is no gap, no weakness for now. It's untouched, yeah. It might look safely, but there is one move that might be difficult for them to deal with, which is bishop 4-5. Boom, yeah? And here they're saying that Kinmuso is known to be strong against attacks from above, but if you attack from 5th or 6th line, what happens is this silver becomes a wall, yeah? And yeah, this is what we want to be aware as the attacking side. Knight drop 6. That's too direct. The other way, I assume, which would be slower, is pawn push and knight drop. But here, because we are considering this position where they have no pieces and no pieces here, the most efficient way would be simply to target knight drop or pawn push by the bishop drop. But again, the point is the Kobin, yeah? This is the point we're making. This is the weakness we're creating. So let me leave those arrows because they seem important. So let's make a joke. Strong from above. But what about the ears? Yeah? What about the Kobin, yeah? What about your ears? So let's see again at the translation that the Hidechi did. Kobin. My pen refuses to work. Oh gosh. Okay. You know how those mechanical pens work, right? You have to pull this out, mess up your whole hand, put up the new thing, and then break it as a result in the process, right? It worked. Okay. Kobin. Kobin, ear, temple. So diagonally in front of the rook, implying that they're weak. We're gonna call it ears. I don't care. They're ears. Yeah. So Kobin. Or do you guys prefer Kobin? I mean, both are okay. So Kobin, ears. Yeah. I always thought it's like a combination attack, but now I see that it is a wrong translation. The bishop, okay, so the point is, guys, I'm not sure if you are aware of that fact, but bishop drop is immediately a checkmate threat. So stupidity enough, again, speed versus reliability. Knight drop looks like a very direct move. Looks like we're doing stuff. Oh, they have to take, we take, we expose a weakness. But it's not threatening anything, and it's their move. Same with pawn push. It's not retaining anything on its own. Bishop drop is like, they're almost losing their head. They're like, oh my god, it's suddenly checkmate threat. And they set up there in their seat and they have to think how to defend it. Yeah, this is how scary move this bishop is compared to those other ones. Yeah. So let's appreciate the good move, yeah? Even though it seems like it's in the middle of the board, it's not infiltrating anything. Such a strong move. Okay, so yeah, 6-4 knight will be suddenly checkmate. They can try to push this pawn, we're gonna take it, and then they're gonna try to defend with the gold, but we're gonna drop the knight anyway. Yeah, they will have to take, we will take it with the pawn. Stop it, Siav. Yeah, so again, notice if the bishop is here and the gold is here, if you drop the knight, they have to take it with the gold. And that's what's painful about it. So there will be two things. Let's read this one first. They can try to escape with the silver here. But then we're gonna drop the knight anyway. They're gonna run with the king. We're gonna take the gold. The gold will retake. So, king, silver, gold. This one we just got in hand. And then we will be able to push this pawn to continue attacking. If they take, we are threatening talking, yeah? If they take, this bishop line is now open. And we are able to sacrifice a whole rook. If he takes, it's a checkmate, yeah? With the gold drop at the head. So that's like our sinister target here. They're saying that if we ignore that the bishop is here, let's imagine it's in our hand. If in the previous move we were to drop the bishop here instead, it totally misses the critical point. Yeah. With the bishop 4-4, we're both attacking gold and the king at the same time. It's a very severe attack, and he would like you to notice the difference of the severity of those moves. Severity of this and severity of this. Here we go, Arcana! The chinchilla noise. TM. Yes, yes. Chinchilla noise. So bishop 4-5. Today, yes, we're doing the usual shogi stuff. Unfortunately, no Curtis simulator, but right after Easter, I'm gonna try it again. Definitely. Do you write definitely with an E or without the E? More severe. Yeah. You're not so good at shogi, but this is exactly why we have Shogi Harbour, to teach people. This is why we're reading this book. Yeah. So if you're ever interested in chess or mahjong or shogi, join us, yeah? We also play some games like Curtis Simulator. We play Slay the Spire before. We have those funds as well. Recently I learned we have also a particle collider worker or something like that. Yesterday we learned that we have a master physician. Physicians means something else in English, I guess. Very knowledgeable person on Discord too. I maybe went on 1/3 of Japanese language coursebook before I decided I'm too smooth brain for Asian languages. Hey, you learned something about yourself, and that's important. You tried. You tried, and that deserves respect. Yeah. I'm trying guitar right now. I started yesterday. I'm trying. I hurt my fingers a little bit, but it's part of playing guitar. Definitely. Okay, definitely. Again, the ears, yeah? The ears, we're attacking, and here we are. So again, Kobin, the ears, is not infiltrating anything, right? So no infiltration. No infiltration, yeah? Alright, thanks, Arcanine. See you next time. No infiltration. So therefore, faster. Or let's just say so fast. So it is fast, yeah? It's fast. Without attacking we are attacking the core without breaking it, which means it's of course faster because breaking castle needs time. In diagram 15, if we were to attack the gold, yeah, or this one, we would have to drop the bishop, we would have to drop the pawn, we would have to promote the pawn, and we would have to go here. This would be at the attack. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to 5 moves to have an effect, yeah? It is the reliable attack, yeah? Low, effective, or reliable, yeah? Reliable. But yeah, it's quite difficult, yeah? This is our plan, but we can do something better. Whoa, I feel this is fun. Well, Xfish, if you never saw Shogi, this is a video introducing it. And this is our Discord that you can later check the other resources like Hidechi videos. So welcome to Shogi, yeah? So instead, I wanted to ask you guys what do you think about this position, but I scrolled. Yeah, we all know that the weakness of Mino is the ear, right? We know about the bishop 5-5. So pawn drop 4-4, pawn takes, bishop drop 5-5. And it's quite difficult to defend, if you think about it. I always wanted to play Shogi, but I don't understand Japanese. You don't need to understand Japanese, my friend. There are many Shogi servers that work. Those are kanji, yeah? Those are kanji. There are many Shogi servers that will use symbols. So you can play with the bishop as a B, or a bishop like a chess looking. Bishop. You can find those. And what we're doing on this stream is I have the amazing power of understanding Japanese language. So I share it with you. I read this and I translate it to English. So if you ever find yourself lacking of English resources, we have some. We have some for beginners. If you want to get into Shogi, it will be easy to get into it. In order to improve, you need my special magical powers, yeah? we need to read together this book so that we have more English content. But yeah, that's the basics. All right, pawn takes bishop, attacking. If they jump with the knight, we're gonna continue attacking with the knight here or here. Both are effective. If they go to the edge, we still drop the knight here. And the reason why this knight will be so good is because we threaten to take, retake, gold drop. Yep. And it's really to defend that knight drop after that. Because how would you avoid this gold being taken, yeah? How would you avoid it? You would have to protect it with another gold. Oh, wait, we can take it anyway, yeah? If you're gonna just escape, the rook's gonna promote underneath. So it's really hard to like do anything against it. Yeah, so thanks to this ear attack, we have easier time to decide the fight. And look how much faster it is, yeah? So this we played, we call it in 0 moves because they answered. This is in 0 moves because they answer. And basically we have 1, 2, 3. So it's more like 2 to 3 moves. And it's fast. Yeah. And what's important, it's without infiltration, yeah? Exposing the ear, yeah? Exposing ear, exposing weakness. Ear is just one of the weaknesses, yeah? Yeah, weakness number 2. So we talked about exposing the king's head, direct attack on the king, exposing the ear, also direct attack on the king, which means it's one of the fastest attacks you can make. Of course, you can notice that all of those examples, if the enemy had one more piece, they could like easily defend it. But it's very situational. It's always very situational. Always. So it's good to know those situations. All right. We will talk about some other similar situation. Again, we have Mino, we have silver in hand this time. For example, in this, yeah, so attacking the ear also works in different situations. Here we have pawn drop 7-4, pawn takes. And I'm pretty sure you all know knight drop. Yeah, knight drop to 8-6. Targeting the 7-4 knight jump. And suddenly the king is in danger. And what we're using to attack is actually only pawns and knight. And we're weakening the castle like a lot, yeah? So it's something that has a lot of utility, which means you can use it in many situations. All right, so here we say simple knight and pawn, weakening. Weakening Mino or whatever, yeah? Boom. And we're gonna finally arrive at summary. So which pieces did we use for the ear attack? We talked about king attacking the attacking the king's head. Lance was the most useful. I would agree that the pawn was really useful as well. But here, which piece did we use the most? Try to think about it. Three, two, one. It's the knight, bishop, and the knight, yeah? With ease. And the reason is, it is ear means diagonal attack, yeah? Diagonal means that we want pieces that are bending. So we want pieces that can reach diagonals, like a bishop, and like a tricky spot, like a knight, yeah? Bending pieces. Benders. Lol. Benders. Those are our benders, yeah? Knights are the best, definitely. Yeah, so they are the most fit pieces to attack on the ear. But of course, you know, we talked about the fact that the rook needs to support them. We talked about the fact that we had a silver and so on. So it's not like only having them, but once you have those pieces, it's more easy to like search for those lines. And again, the way to defend this is to maybe move the king here, but then we destroy the castle. Yeah, we weaken the Mino castle. All right, finally the computer example. Again, the tools that we want to use, the bishop and the knight. There's also one more thing that you would like to remember, that pawns are also useful. Pawn also, yeah. So in diagram 19, what do we have? We have two computers again. We have a horse that does nothing. We have a rook that does nothing. We have a knight that does nothing. And we are attacking with our lance, but it's blocked. The enemy bishop is looking here. It's kind of scary. They have knight here, but they have only a lance. What we have in hand, though, is silver knight, lance, and 3 pawns. How can he attack from the diagonal here? Well, bishop is also my favorite piece, and it's also Fujisota's favorite piece. So the bishop is weaker than the rook. It's actually opposite in the opening. The bishop is much better than the rook in the opening. But it is true that like having double rook is so powerful on the back rank. It is true that it's simpler to understand how it works. And it, you know, it can reuse, so like one gap dragon is very powerful. Doesn't mean you have to hate the bishop. There are many Hishi patterns with bishop as well. And this is a new tool that you can use it. New tool meaning the ear technique. You can use bishop in the ear technique. All right, thank you, Mifa. Yeah, so bishop is like 9. If you say bishop is like 9, then rook is like 10, yeah? Just small difference. Same like silver or a gold. Sometimes you prefer to have a silver. Sometimes you prefer to have a gold. Yeah. Walter Yellen, why are you crying? What is that? Is it Isaac? No idea what that is. Looks like Isaac. All right. So I asked you the question, guys. The obvious answer is that we want to activate this bishop. And we want to go here. But before that, we have an amazing pawn drop. Yeah. Why is it an amazing pawn drop? Because it's the ear attack. Yeah. Because of that, our attack becomes more severe. If they take, the bishop comes. It's a check. It's really, really very scary check. And yeah, this is how we use pawns in the Kobin attacks. But again, usually you would have bishop and knight more effectively paired with that pawn. Yeah. As you've seen in examples 50 to 53. Yeah, bonanza. Bonanza. Oh, there's a Shogi engine in the 2000 that was famous for evaluating bishop as basically equal to strength of the rook. Yeah. My favorite piece is either lance or knight because I would love to see skilled usage of them. So lance, favorite piece. Person with favorite piece as a lance was Masuda Kozo, and then Tanigawa Koji is famous for liking bishop. How do we summarize it? Silver takes is possible, but then we take it with the... We don't take it, we just go here, it seems. They're gonna take here, we take here, they take... We drop the bishop, the knight, bishop takes, and then we can pin the bishop to the king. So it's quite complex line, but... Yeah. They defending the knight, so they cannot move the silver. We take, and then we expose the knight using the bishop using 2 pieces. Yeah, so that's the continuation that computer found. Yeah, so this is practical example. I don't think we need to note anything here. I don't know Nakahara's favorite piece, unfortunately. We had an event, Lady Pro event, and there were like 10 pros. And I asked all of them, what's your favorite piece? All of them. And I had it written somewhere, written down. I just don't know where the paper went. Most of the people said bishop. I think Watanabe said either rook or silver. Fuji said bishop. And that's all I remember. Yeah, there were some people who liked pawn and talking as well. It seemed the bishop was the most popular. The bishop and the rook. Because those are strong pieces, yeah. I think it was silver for Habu, yeah. Although, honestly, it's the same with like food. The taste changes. In the past, I was also like lance, but then I changed it to the bishop. No, I was bishop, then lance, then bishop again. Because bishop was a piece that impressed me in some Kifu games that I watched in the past. The lance, I just like that it goes forward, which was more philosophical, yeah. You should always go forward, and that was my mindset. But then I came back to the bishop. Okay, another computer game. They just promoted the bishop. And situation is that Sente is winning because they have rook, bishop. They have a lot of material advantage. But this. I don't think this requires any type of explanation. Just this exists. Yeah, this solid wall of metal, it exists, and they have to break through. So how do we do it? How do we break through something like this? Well, how about ear attack? We drop the knight, king goes, and then we push the edge pawn. We completely ignore the existence of the metal triangle, and we're approaching them by ignoring them. So ignore metal defenses. I don't know. Completely, yeah. We are like, those pieces don't exist, and we are like, I'm gonna win with my bishop, knight, and lance and pawn. That's all I'm going to do. And this lance, I'm just gonna win. Useless. So useless. Yeah. So useless. So the merit of attacking the king's head or the ear is that, similarly to this case, you can render those pieces useless. You can ignore them completely. And even though because you do, your attack can succeed, yeah? So compared to targeting gold, the speed is faster. So it's a really, really nice nice technique to have, yeah? And again, this is king on the edge, meaning push the pawn on the edge. That's a proverb. If pawn takes, we drop the lance and it's a checkmate, because they have a pawn in hand. So yeah, got the... if we attack them from above, those defenders do nothing. They mean nothing. All right, and this will be the final point. So I completely forgot. Weakness, yeah, weakness. Weakness. We had... what was it? Ear. Akh. And now we're gonna have the last one, which is boring. It's edge. It's just the edge. It's so stupid. All right, Akh, and edge. Yeah. So you can imagine king, I don't know, with a huge ear, huge head, huge ear, and you're stabbing him on the side. I don't know. Whatever. Those three things. It's the weakness. The last weakness is the edge. It's quite obvious, I'd say. Why is it? Because clearly those pieces are not helping to defend at all, right? Again, we're ignoring them. Weakness is about ignoring stuff. Or maybe it's like, no, there's like a guy with a very strong chin, and he has a crown because he's a king, and he has very big ears, and the fact that his head is like huge. Yeah. He has huge ears and huge head, but his eyes are tiny. The tiniest eyes. This is stupid. tiniest eyes you can imagine. I cannot draw a straight. Okay. And then they call him the Edgelord. The Edgelord. Here you go. let me correct maybe the right hand because it's very bent for no reason. The edge lovo, that's even better. Okay, Lord, and then the hand should be like this, I guess. It's holding a weird spot on his body. I don't know why is it deleting his eyes as a result. Here, he's dancing. The Edgelord. Yeah, so now you will know the 3 weaknesses of Shogi. The Edgelord. He was blinking with his eyes. Yes, he's looking at you. All right. I cannot wait until I show it to Jean and he was gonna cringe. There's evil, but he's nice. He's just a king. He has a castle. You know, he sends money for charity. This is money, yeah. This is money. He gives flowers to ladies at the court. It just so happens that he has a big head, and people just misjudge him, you know. Okay, I need to correct those money because this is money. Yes, this is exactly how money looks like. Yes, money, coins, jewelry, jewel. Here, a jewel. I love the expression as well. Yeah, so those are charity. Yeah, they are shiny. Look, they are shiny. They're shiny. This is completely money. They're shiny. Every kid knows like money is shiny. Yeah? So about that edge, they're not reaching here. Yeah, clearly, they're not reaching here. So it means this is a weakness. It's a not solid spot. For example, in this Yagura, there's a lot of defenses here, but the edge is quite weak. We made the pivotal piece. Boom, pivotal piece. We have the knight in hand. And pawn. It seems like we cannot do anything about full Yagura. Yes, he's definitely edgy. But we can attack the vital spot. Vital spot, the edge. Pawn push, pawn takes, pawn drop, lance takes, pawn drop again, lance takes, and knight drop. Our favorite edge attack that nobody understands. Yeah, so this is one of the timings that you want to use it. You have good pieces to attack there, pawns, knights. Probably this is what we're gonna learn at the end, but this is how you attack here, yeah? We are attacking spot where there's no defenders, only with a knight and pawn, yeah? It's important here. And the damage is huge, yeah? Huge damage. Next is gonna be a check. For this reason, okay, this type of reasoning doesn't change for other castles. This time we have Mino. Again, targeting the gold here, very difficult. So, combine, attack from the head, impossible. How about the edge? Pound push, pound takes, pound drop, pound drop, pound drop. Yeah. So, yeah, here they say we could have tried for 3 pound, but they're gonna defend. Pawn, so we wouldn't able to do it. So in this case, target the gold. No. Ak. No. Ear. No. And here we have so the edge. Because we're edgy, we run out of options. Yeah. So again, if they take, we draw, if they end up. Pawn, yeah. Capture the lance. It seems like we have only pawns, only lance, only dragon. But yet we are able to get a full lance. It's an amazing edge attack. So the summary is that in an edge attack, again, no infiltration. Yeah, no infiltration. And it's possible without the infiltration, and in the middle game we can also use this strategy. And this is like middle game, we just take a lance, but it's huge because we get a full piece for free. It is possible to take it with the king, but then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop a pawn. They will go back. We will promote. They will take it with the king, and then we can continue attacking with the lance. So they're trying their best to like avoid losing a piece, one of those two, but we can just downgo the pawn and continue attacking, which is quite interesting. The reason why we downgo the pawn is if we do this and they go here, I mean, we could have taken this. But then it's a lance exchange, yeah? It's a lance exchange. So I guess it's not a lance. I guess they both work. Honestly, I think they both work. But we all have to admit it's much cooler to promote it again here. I think they both work, but it's simpler. Yeah, it's simpler to take, just promote the pawn. It's much simpler to read. Okay. Usable in the middle. Okay. You don't need to write it down. Hi, Necrodus. Okay, another way to target the edge. Again, not targeting the metal pieces at all. In this situation, we can push the edge. Pawn takes. Pawn drop. And many crazy things happens. Okay, so we have the pawn drop here. Let's just imagine that after the sacrifice. If the silver takes, it creates both weakness on the edge, so we could drop a pawn here, or we could attack the head of the knight. That's the fact. If lance takes, we can drop the silver behind. On 9-1. And king escapes, and then we come with the dragon. Worth noting is that if we were to attack it simply with the silver here, they're gonna defend with the gold, and there's no continuation. The other way would be to drop pawn to 5-3, but it's very slow. Yeah. So we're trying to find a more effective way. Is this one. So lance takes, then. And this time we actually infiltrated the castle, yeah? And because we infiltrated the castle, it will be easier for us to win. So in this case, infiltration check, yeah. Okay, so again, we attack the edge, ignore gold and silver. Very effective way to go for the endgame. It's also a very big merit of the edge attack. So just speaking of this position, yeah, how do we actually win here? Is 9-4 pawn drop. If the king takes, silver promotion or attack the here. Pawn drop again, yeah. So yeah, it's either here or this target, like both of them. We want to try to overload the silver. If we have more pawns than this, we can drop pawn. No, we can drop pawn here. Pawn takes pawn drop. We can also do that. So we are able to surround the king, basically. I don't think there's a checkmate here in this position. And the reason they don't mention, but the reason why they're not taking it with the silver is we can sacrifice the lance, and then silver takes, we drop the pawn that we just got again, and we're able to take this pawn. I think like this attack would continue as well. So yeah, silver crown we say is a strong castle, but it also have a weakness, the edge. All right. How much do we have left? Almost there. Okay, let's finish this. Let's finish this. Okay, one more important thing we have, that just having the edge attack, it's often hard to get the decisive attack. So in an example, this is the Anaguma. We sacrifice the knight here. Lance takes, pawn push, lance takes, pawn drop. Take, knight takes, pawn drop. So it's a very, very complex line. It's a Josuke kind of, it ends up on this, yeah? It ends up on this. If you have castle like Anaguma, the edge attack is even more important to us. On the other hand, if you have king like Nakazumai, like in the center house, you can clearly see that the edge would be far away from that king, yeah? So because it's Anaguma, the king is really close to the edge, and it's much more effective. So this is something we need to notice. Depending on the castle, they have different weaknesses. So we arrive at this position. They gonna drop pawn. We promote, they retake. And here we, de facto, exchange attacking pieces for defensive pieces. And we're not gonna drop the lance or anything. We're not gonna redrop it here. We're gonna attack on the third file. If they take, we drop the lance and we attack the gold this time. So we, by using the edge, we gain resources, which then we use to change our technique back into target the gold, yeah? So edge into... So we learn to combine those techniques, yeah? Target the gold. The castle gold, the pillar gold, yeah? Yeah, so we did break the edge, but we didn't break the castle, obviously. They're able to survive. The edge is not an attack that's able to take gold. Kinky. What was kinky again? Oh, okay, like the metal piece. It's not able to take the metal pieces. And it doesn't have as much power to destroy the castle, yeah? So it's not a powerful attack. It's useful to like the first stage of attacking, but it's not strong enough to break through. So that's important point again. So edge attack isn't how do we define it? Sustainable? Sustainable? I don't know. You basically, because you don't take the gold, no metal pieces taken. Compared to our previous ones, when we end up with the gold in hand, this one is not this effective. It just, you get a lance, you get something, but it's not this strong alone. Not strong alone, yeah. Because it's edgy. All right, computer example. We have the silver dropped. We cannot attack on the ear. We cannot attack in the front. What do we do? Yeah. Pound takes, pound drop, lance takes, pound drop, lance takes, and we drop the silver to attack the lance. This is also a technique to gaining a lance in hand. So basically, we force the lance here and then we drop the silver. And again, alone, that doesn't mean more, but combined with this horse, it's gonna mean a lot. And yeah, they're saying it's like fishing for lance. Let's call it fishing for lance. Yeah, if they ignore it, we just like take this pawn and we have a nice edge. And the lance will join the attack thanks to that, yeah? So thanks to 1-5 pawn, we have 4-piece attack. Okay. Did I mistook pawn and a lance? All right, guys, last example for today. Last one, and then we have the summary. We have Aperi versus Honeywaffle. It's us two computers again. They just took the silver. And on the second and third file, we have Asobi Goma playing around pieces. Also, we are much shorter on the king defenses. They have a token next to our king, so we don't feel safe, yeah? I deleted something again. Attack. Oh, I called La Lance upon. Whoops. Thanks. That's a nifu from me. All right. But what is a lance other than a pawn with a long reach? I love you, Viredin. I love you. All right. We don't have enough castle. We need something to fight with. We need some good point to have, yeah? So we start with lance drop to 9-8. And next we're gonna push pawn takes and 8-6 knight drop. Arriving at this, And of course, the next target is knight takes 9-4. So we creating check opportunities, yeah? That's important in endgames in general. And we are able to like check them first. We are able to affect their king first, which means we're faster. And this type of things will happen in Mino, in Yagura, where the king is on the 8th file. Because they're next to the edge, it's easier to attack them. Yeah, so Yagura, Mino equal king on 8th file equal closer to edge equals edge weakness, yeah? Yeah, you would think like the king is there, therefore they have better defenses. But the fact that king is there, it's the spot we wanna target, yeah? Because it's a direct attack to the king. Kanji, 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 kanji. So quick, swift, brief, compact. So swift, precise, or brief, unpleasant. Okay, so we're able to quickly create like unpleasant influence on their king, which is extremely practical. Yeah, because we have those check opportunities, meaning we can attack the king quickly. So edge is okay. Let's write it. So how I would summarize it is the edge is basically an opportunity. Yeah. Edge is not, it's not a weakness like weakness where we break a castle. Sometimes it is when the king is on the edge, but you want to think about the edge as an opportunity basically. I didn't realize I can go off the white thing. Okay. He's streaming when this ends. All right, we can rate him. I have a question that just came up in my mind. It is said that in Yagura game, for example, exchanging silvers, attacking and defending one, is good for attacking side. Though you didn't break through, what exactly is the big benefit? It's not 100% benefitable. If you think of this example of Anaguma, because we exchanged those pieces that we didn't have the use anyway for, and now they don't have those defenses, and on top of which we can use them into different spots, then it's beneficial, yeah? In case of silver, the problem is you spend a lot of moves to like advance it and then you exchange it. And usually they just block you anyway. So depending if you have a use for it immediately, it's good. Because they won't have a silver basically here and they will have to use time to redrop it as well. So sometimes it is beneficial, but not always. Chinchilla noise! And I'm out of water. What is the point of redeem cost if I want to... Okay, that's you just redeem them both at the same time. Droning chinchilla noise, our favorite. I was answering the silver thing. Yeah, okay. All right. Again, I would like you to notice that in the edge attack we used, I mean, they don't say it in the book, but we used the lances, we used the pawns, we used the knights. Sometimes we use the silver, sometimes we use the dragon. So edge attack is really vast, but again, it's not strong because it doesn't sustain itself. It doesn't... On the edge, what you can get is a knight and a lance. Yeah, you cannot get a general. So it's an opportunity, but it's not as strong as the direct attack on the pillar. All right, this is the last 2 pages of our summary. So we have about the attack on the castle. Because that was our first mission, if you remember 4 weeks ago. So we have mission and action. We have closing the pieces, the attacking pieces. Number dominance. Establish the number dominance. I think we had a number. We had a word for it. I don't remember what it was. So basically come in and dominate with the numbers, and then we have delete the gold. Actually, it's not the gold. It's delete like the defenders, like the metals. Call it metals. It sounds wrong. Metal pieces, let's call it. Metal pieces. Infiltrate. And bring attackers closer. Okay. All right, so we finished with the techniques of how to destroy the castle, so we're gonna summarize it. First of all, to destroy the castle, you need to bring your pieces closer. Apart from that, you need to have the number dominance. So this is what we had. Perfectly, we need 4 pieces. Yeah, 4 pieces, ideally. Once you have so, we will have much easier time checkmating the enemy king. If you remember what we did in reference number 2, it's about preserving your attacking power. I think we were talking about like attacking in local positions in certain spots, yeah? So page 12, we can jump. So it's 64. 64. Yeah, we were concentrating on that weakness in the core, yeah? We were concentrating them all together. Again, locality. Let's call it locality, yeah? Or focus attack, yeah. Focused. So, and then he talks about those ones, which is to actually like make an offense on the castle, you need to delete the metal pieces or infiltrate the castle or bring attackers closer to the king, specifically. Once you have this, you won't have trouble breaking through the castle. All right. And then, so in order to break the castle, you need 4 things. I like how they have this Japanese style castle. So number 1 is target the gold. The gold is very important defensive piece. It's useful for us to checkmate the king. And because of that, we really want to target the gold. It's a big point for us. In this case, it often happens it's hard to get, so it's not a practical way to think about it. So depending on the situation, we cannot use it. On top of that, we have other techniques to use, like the edge lord. So from now on, try to use different techniques, in your games. Try to upgrade your attack, as I said on page 51. Yeah, so like here, we had this, we had both target the gold and we had the ear attack. We now know the difference between those, and we know which one to choose to be more effective, yeah? So we had I click something. We had the edge, ear, arc, attacking the king's head. And target the gold. I don't know why is this only word with dots, but TTG, sure, TTG. How do we implement this into the edgelord? No, king, edgelord. What is TT? Oh, because he was giving to charity, perhaps. He's smiling. His castle is great. He's smiling. So, TTG, the gold. His eyes are on that gold, you know. Yep. So he's targeting the goat. That's all where his eyes are. Got it, guys? Our favorite edgelord. I think he had ears like this or something. Perfect. This is my favorite characters from our book streams from now on. Okay. So after Easter, we will have this chapter, which is named Defense Separation. So we will learn about breaking heavy castles, I imagine. The new technique that we won't be able to use like this. Let me just quickly review what we did so far. So we talked about pivotal pieces, about attacking the core, about the importance of material, of having 4-piece attack. So we were getting closer, having 4-piece attack, affecting the king in center manner, yeah. We had the battlefield reduction, attacking core, pushing the king to the bottom row and approaching king while surrounding him. We had all those techniques to reduct the battlefield, de facto surround the king, yeah? We had pivotal pieces, 4-piece attack, and the reduction of battlefield. The reduction of battlefield was really difficult, but it was about the square counting, square drawing, limiting the battlefield, limiting the king escape. Similarly, yeah, guys, if you think about it, the weakness of the castle is when you want to limit, you want to isolate their pieces from the king's weakness in the same way we did it before, by isolating the king and not allowing other pieces to help him as well. So in direct way, the same idea applies to the conclusion phase as it applied to the castle weakness, yeah? This is why you don't want to isolate your pieces in the opening as well, yeah? Same idea. You always want to have all together attacking this certain thing, yeah? So we had the destroy the castle, approach the king, threaten with mate. So we had the destroy the castle part. And we talked about the numbers advantage first. But then we had those techniques when that's not enough. We had, so, okay, so what we do, okay, it's fine. So we had those techniques like gold, targeting the gold. We had the targeting the gold was the most like efficient way, but it's the hardest to pull out. We had the target the weakness instead. Depending on the situation, want to use different ones. So we had the king head, we had the ear, and we had the edge. Yeah, so those are our 3 tools. Together, we're able to break the castle. All that knowledge from 3 weeks or 4 weeks, this is how we break the castle. Closing, dominate, attack the weakness, use those different techniques to, yeah. Action and mission doesn't make sense. I would say this is the action and this is the techniques that we have, yeah? Perhaps. No, actually this is the objective. So this is technique, yeah? This is our gun. Action, how do we call it? Let's repair this diagram a little bit. Action. So maybe it's like goals. Goals, perhaps. And this is I guess this is the main goal and this is the side goal, I would say. Like, those not necessary, we have to do all of them. Those are like goals that will help us to achieve the main goal, which is get closer, which is infiltrate, which is dominate, which is attack the king. We also gonna dominate by numbers if you take the goals. So I would say this is the main goal, this is the side goal, and those are our tools, basically. That's how I would think about it, yeah. All right, that's all for today. The next stream shall continue after Easter. And we shall be raiding Shogi Lifestyle if he's live. So thank you so much. Sorry, Yellow, we won't have time for that, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna post it in our Discord. For now, and I will take a look at it after my lunch. Thank you so much. Have a nice Easter as well, guys. And have a nice Shogi Lifestyle stream, if I only find him. Here it is. And have a nice week.
It takes forever to get that shit together. Ages to get ready. Ages to get